owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends, I hope the day finds you well, because we have gathered to open up a Streets of new Capenna Prerelease Kit and get a look at the glorious contents inside. So this is the first time that we're seeing the packaging that is done without the actual plastic wrap. So these ones are a little bit different than what we're accustomed to. You've got the kind of pull tab here on the side. We're going to be diving into it. It is the Cabaretti that I have chosen for this. Now, normally when we get into one of these kits, I take my time and go through the flavor of all of the cards. But never pick up the check. Oh, the Cabaretti are the party boys. Don't pick up the check. Oh, cool. Look at this. This is different. All right, hold on now. Now we've got neat. All right. They've added some extra elements to the packaging. So you've got some +1/+1 punch-out counters here. The same there. You've got, I guess, just some other kind of counters there. Same thing down here, +1/+1. So you get 8 +1/+1 counters. You get some little Cabaretti cardboard tokens that on the other side, oh, look at that. Is that Xander's personal emblem? Or something like that? Is that what that's supposed to be? I don't know. That's funky. Oh, and there's even artwork inside too. Wow, hold on. Okay. I have to say, I really like this outer packaging. Oh, I damaged it a bit, unfortunately. But look at that. You've got a little Cabaretti party that you've been invited to. Man, this is some nice little extras included with the package. Some nice additional flavor. So yeah, we're going to take a look at the flavor of the cards. But I thought that in case there's anybody checking this out who hasn't really done a pre-release and wants to know like a super casual way to handle it, I'll show you how I approach building pre-release decks and stuff like that, because I'm going to a pre-release this Friday and I realize there's some people who find the concept a little daunting. So Cabaretti are the green, white, red combo. You're obviously going to have whatever 3-color combo family you pick. So when it comes to how that actually matters for the contents of your pack, it will be based on this one little inserted bonus pack here that will be aligned to your particular colors, right? So let's see what we've got in here. We've got the Cabaretti spin down die. Oh, focus. There we go. With the little symbol of the angel wings and the brass knuckles. And it's your traditional sequential spin down, so you wouldn't really use these as a Dungeons and Dragons randomization dice, but it's great for keeping track of your life and not having to fiddle about. You also get, let's see, what do we got here? We have a Arena pre-release code right there. Even if you can see this right now in the video, most likely it won't work for you because you got to wait until these become active. I think they won't be active until Thursday or Friday. So on top of that, what else do they include here? You get a Cabaretti insert that says Party Monsters. The Cabaretti are a fun-loving cult of druids who throw the hottest parties in town. They are the glitterati of the city, and everyone wants to be invited to their feasts and dance halls. They use ancient magic to sway the opinion of the masses and keep the halo flowing. The party never ends if you keep paying, but the moment you stop, you might find it hard to leave. So the Cabaretti are the party people, which is why I selected them. Oh, you also get a Cabaretti divider. That's not too bad. Half decent. And then we've got inside 5 regular boosters and 1 family aligned booster. So in the family aligned booster, you're going to find cards that should only be playable in your 3-color combination. Maybe artifacts will be included as well, as long as it's playable in a Cabaretti deck. I don't think there should be anything in here that falls outside of our 3-color spectrum. So now that we're getting down to this point here, let me just set the cards down and I will kind of zoom the camera in a bit so it's easier to see what we're looking at here, all right? Zorp, let's get right in there. How's that looking? There we go, that looks pretty solid. Okay, so let me just set this stuff off to the side here. So we have Rakish Revelers. You can see that it's green, red, and white aligned. So this is a 5-cost, 5/3 elf druid rogue. All right. Now, basically, yeah, you're going to see the Cabaretti Courtyard here. This one is these weird new lands that when they enter the battlefield, you sacrifice them. And when you do, you go get a particular basic land type. So in this case, it's mountain, forest, or plains that are your options. And you gain a life. So instead of being like the previous versions we've seen, where you would just sacrifice them and go get a basic land, this is a weird come straight into play trigger ability, right? And that makes it easier on Arena at the very least. And it gives you some flavor as well, right? It shows the flavor of the actual Cabaretti, which I dig. You get to enjoy cards that are keyed into your particular pre-release color set, so you know you're going to be guaranteed a decent helping as 1/6 of your cards are aligned to your particular family. But you also get that flavor as well. So we got Botanical Plaza, we got multiple lands, we got Sky Crier, a little flyer, we got Civic Gardener, Exhibition Magician, Warm Welcome, Celebrity Fencer, For the Family, Strangle, Arc Spitter. Here, for anybody who's wondering, this is your Tommy Electric Blaster, I guess, really, is what you're looking at. This is the closest you're going to get to your Tommies in this set. Then you got Venom Connoisseur, Cabaretti Charm, Incandescent Aria. Oh, look at that, man. 3 damage to each non-token creature. Now we're getting into the cards that will be more relevant for deck building, right? You've got the Cabaretti Charm, which is going to give you a number of different options. You've got the Aria, which is great board wipe that will take out non-token creatures, so you can build around that in terms of having tokens and know they'll stick around. And then we've got the foil pre-release promo, so every pre-release pack will give you a stamped foil promo. We get the Broker's Ascendancy, which is at the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. So you're going to get to keep growing your dudes. And then we have a treasure token specifically aligned to the Cabaretti here. And on the back, we've got a Citizen who is down to clown in party mode, all right? Full on ready for some Halo action. Okay, so that is the starting foray, and that is the most concentrated in your family style offering you can get. From that point onwards, it's straight up draft boosters, which are purely random. And oh, what? Look at that. These also have token cards. Oh, it's a shield token. That's what they were. It didn't say that on them, did it? No, no, those other ones didn't say shield. That's why I didn't know. So you get shield tokens. You get a number of... You get your shield tokens. You get Flying First Strike, Lifelink, Vigilance, and then, yeah, 2 shields. So, oh, you get 4 shields in total because you can use them as double-sided. All right. Now, let's see. What do we got in here? All right. So now that I know, like, as we go through the cards, now I'm just going to treat it like I'm also working on my pre-release deck, right? So at this point, white, red, green is what we're playing. So anything that's not just gets taken out and put off to the side. So we're not using the Custodian. We're not using Case the Joint. The Speakeasy Server is allowed. Plasma Jockey is allowable, right? So attended socialite. So we'll go like that. So we've just seen a perfect example. The black and blue get cut. The white, red, and green. So we've got 2 separate piles off to the side. The black, blue, because we're definitely not using them, and everything that could theoretically go in the deck goes off in another pile, right? So, Fake Your Own Death, that's a nope. Snoop and Newsy, that's a nope. Jewel Thief is a yes. Obscura Storefront is a, what does this get? Plains, Islands, or Swamps. So it gets 2 lands we're not using. That's a definite nope. Or a most likely no. You could theoretically use it if you wanted to go get a Plains, but I'm not going to get that fiddly with it. Midnight Assassin. Oh, we've got Quasar, Augur of Agonies. Definitely not in our vibe, so we're going with that one. Then we got Sleep with the Fishes. We won't get to do that to people. Dusk Mangler. Wow, we're not getting a lot of offerings for our deck here. And then the rare is Professional Facebreaker. At least the rare is in our color. And honestly, I kind of wish this was an actual pre-release kit I was going to be using for an event, because this is a really solid card. 1 red and 2 for a 2/3 with Menace. Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token, sack a treasure, exile the top card of your library, you may play that card this turn. So this card is going to get you more cards off your deck and give you gas, on top of being able to give you treasure tokens to speed up you casting things, on top of being difficult to block. One of the key things I will tell you, when you're going to a pre-release, real simple concepts: two of the biggest things you can keep your eye out for is removal to get rid of your opponent's creatures, and any kind of evasion abilities like menace or flying that make it more difficult to block the creature, because a lot of pre-release games and draft games get landlocked where everybody has stuff on the board and you can't really find a way to effectively get to your opponent. Now usually when it comes to rares are so powerful that you're going to go ahead and use them anyways. Like this card's power level you're going to use anyhow, but menace creatures and things like that are worth paying attention to simply for the fact that they are more difficult to block. So ultimately that pack only offered up about 5 cards we can consider for our deck. And we do get a land on color, but that doesn't matter, because obviously with lands, you can add as many as you want into your pre-release deck. So let's see how the next pack treats us. All right, what do we got going on here? We've got Prize Fight. So we're starting out with a card in our color, which is great. Extract the Truth is a nope. Then we got Psionic Snoop, that's a no. Hold for Ransom is a yes. Gold Hound, yeah, we can rock with that. Broker's Initiate. Echo Inspector. Riveteer, okay, what lands is this? Swamp, Mountain, or Forest? See, that we can consider that one, because it's two of our land types, and that makes it feel like it's worth it. So, quick draw dagger, what's this? 3 mana, flash, equipment, enters the battlefield, attach it to target creature you control, that creature gets first strike till end of turn, and it goes, okay, so, you know what, that definitely is worth tossing in to try with your deck, but whatever. Hey, white-green shovel, we're gonna get to shovel smash people, yeah boy, 1 green, 1 white, and 1. It's an equipment that gives the creature +2/+1 as trample, and equips a citizen for 1, so you can slap it onto a citizen token way cheaper. That's fun, man. This is the kind of equipment that I would look forward to wanging into people's heads. That's awesome. Then we got Pugnacious Pugilist. This pack is definitely being more generous. This is solid. All right. Then we've got a Vampire Scrivener. That's not us. Oh, a mythic rare in our colors. What does it do? 2 white and 4, 5/5, Angel Soldier with flying. Enters a battlefield with 2 shield counters. Wow, okay. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you can remove a counter from a creature or planeswalker you control. If you do, draw a card, create a 1/1 group. Whoa, what? You draw a card and make a 1/1 for removing a counter from one of your guys? This right here is what's known as a complete just dominator, right? You get this out and your opponent can't answer it. They're hosed. This is so strong. Wow, man. How did I miss that in the spoilers? Look at the artwork. Dude, she's got like a stained glass halo she's pulling together from around her. That's awesome. I wish I knew what was going on here story-wise, because that's awesome. All right, then we've got a foil island, a regular island, and a piece of garbage. All right, that's nothing. Moving on to the next booster. Let's see what we got. Man, that was a really good pack specifically for this setup here. All right, starting out with a, come on now, Rox Pummeler. Then we got It's Murder. Obscura Initiate. Buy Your Silence. Oh, removal, that's always good. Exile target non-land permanent, its controller creates a treasure token. So that is really, really solid. I mean, it's 5 mana, but ultimately in this, any kind of removal you can get is going to be a big deal, right? So the fact that it costs 5 isn't terribly relevant. And then we got Jackhammer, more equipment to beef up our dudes. We got High-Rise Saw Jack, all right. We got Masked Bandits, meh. We're going to miss up on you guys. Spyro's Adjudicators. Anybody who's not the same 3 colors we're playing, we're skipping on. We got Skybridge Towers, white, blue. It's not in our colors. It's too bad. It's only half in our colors because you can attack to draw a card. This is a really basic way of doing things, obviously. If you want a more complicated way of putting together a pre-release deck, then check with the experts, all right? I'm just basically doing it in the most simple way possible, right? Citizen's Crowbar. What? Oh my, man, you could literally, I could have that angel. And in one hand, the angel could have a crowbar. And in the other hand, she could have a shovel. And she'd be like, welcome to the tool shed. Bam, bam. Oh man, I wish I was playing this specific kit. And the briefcase. Why not? Slap the case onto him too. Let's get ridiculous. I love it. And then we got, hey, Rocco, Cabaret Caterer. He's perfect. He's in our colors. All right. So what is he? 3/1 Elf Druid. When he enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you can search your library for a creature card with mana value X or less. Yes, dude. Awesome. He lets you tutor up another creature. Solid. All right. Then we've got Zatora's Envoy. No! I mean, I'm going to be real. With this level of power, 5/4 trample when it deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of your deck. You can play a land from the top of your deck or cast a spell from the top of your deck if it's equal to or less than the damage you did based on the casting cost, right? And if you don't do either of those things, then you get to put the card into your hand, so it's a card draw. This is really strong, and it fits into 2 colors of the deck. So while I am going to stick with the straight white, red, green, this power level is enough for me to go, you know what? You might want to tuck some black into the deck because that is really strong. All right. Then we've got, look at that, Full Art Forest. That looks nice. And then we got a Wizard token. 1 mana Sagat, counter target non-creature spell. And is there a token on the other side? Nope. Okay, so, oh, those tokens from the token from the see-through pack are special double-sided tokens. Okay, then. All right. That's cool. All right, so we got, this is the second last booster pack right here. So in this one, we've got one of the Backstreet Boys right here, the Backstreet Bruisers. Rafine's Guidance. Oh, don't show the foil so fast. All right, we got Witty Roast Master. Oh, I like that. Civic Gardener. Maestro's Initiate. Strangle. Rakish Revelers. Botanical Plaza again. Celestial. Oh, wait, did I put those? I literally put these in the black and blue pile. All right. Celestial Regulator goes in there. All right. Then we've got Swooping Protector. We got, double shovels. Are you kidding me? You can run up with 2 shovels. Ka-quang on either side of their head. Yes. Ceremonial Headbreaker. All right. Rafine Silencer, and the rare is Sanguine Spy. It's not in our colors. That's disappointing. But if you were to splash black based on Ziatora, then you would also get 1 black and 2 for a 2/3 Vampire Rogue with Menace and Lifelink. Pay 1 mana, sack another creature. Look at the top card of your library. You can put it in your graveyard. And at the beginning of your end step, if there are 5 or more mana values among cards in your graveyard, pay 2 life if you do draw a card. Pretty solid. All right. Then we've got Foil Rooftop Nuisance, Stupid Birds. Then we've got a Plains with the cars driving around, and an Ogre Warrior in his little pants there. Do you like my pants? All right, we got one last pack to do here. All right, so far so good. All right, we've got Most Wanted. Oh, run, Elspeth, run. Demon's Due. Expendable Lackey. Boon of Safety. Antagonize. Body Dropper. Cabaret, nice, right in our colors. Cabaret Courtyard, that's awesome. Echo Inspector. Maestro's Theater. That one is not good for us. Grizzly Sigil. Involuntary Employment. Crew Captain. Evelyn the Covetous. Blue, black. Oh, yeah, this is way outside our colors. That's too bad. She's pretty beefy, right? She's 2/5 flash. When she or another When she or another vampire enters the battlefield under your control, exile the top card of everybody's library with a collection counter, and then you can play collection counters with her as if you had the right mana and everything. It's nutty. Then we got Foil Deal Gone Bad. A Swamp, and some treasure. All right, so when it comes to actually building the deck, right? Normally, when it comes to these, I'm usually just playing 2 colors, kind of guided by my rares. For this, you have the advantage of already being guided by your family. So, you got a couple of different options here, depending on how you want to do it. Let me see how many cards I actually have. I'm going to count these up real quick. 40. Okay, so got a full-on stack of 40 cards here, which is admittedly a lot of cards, right? But when I was playing in events, I would just play the entire pile without caring about it. So in this situation, if that's what you were going to do, you would literally just go, okay, don't count the lands that come into play immediately and get sacrificed as actual parts of your non-land, right? So you got your lands, and your non-lands. You take these 3 and you go, all right, that one's good, that fits in. These 2 will grab me other lands. You got the rest of your deck. You got 37 cards. So all you really need to do is grab, like, you're going to need 18, 19 lands for this in total. So you take these 3 off of that total. You got 16 lands. And then you slap them into this pile, and your pile is good to go. That is my usual approach. If I don't have enough sleeves for what I want to play, then I'll trim my deck down. But if you really want to, like, have at least a somewhat better deck, the best strategy is to trim this pile of stuff down. What you want to do is you want to trim the pile down until you have about 23 or 24 cards in the pile. And at that point, then you want to add in your 17 lands. So basically you would go through the deck and you would just kind of look for cards that seemed like they had the most useless abilities. If there are any kind of like special corner case cards that have specific abilities that won't be relevant to you when you're playing in this event, right? Now overall, it looks like the stuff that I've got isn't very corner case. A lot of the corner case stuff will mostly show up in your rares, but it will show up sometimes in your uncommons. With this, it becomes a little harder to decide what to trim out, but bear in mind that when you build your deck, you can change your deck every time between games and rounds. You can change it every single time you sit down to play a new game of Magic. You can play a different deck in the pre-release if you want. So you can just tweak it and find out what works and what doesn't, right? It's just overall, the idea is to have as much fun as possible. This seems like it would be a really fun pile to play with. And literally, if it was me playing at a pre-release, I would just take this exact pile, slap 18, 19, maybe 20 lands in it, and just roll with it in the event and have fun. Sometimes you scrub out hard that way. Sometimes you do just fine. Actually, I came first at the Innistrad pre-release using that exact approach, with the exception of the fact that I only had 50 sleeves with me, so I was going to play a 53 card deck, but had to technically trim it down to 50. So there's nothing wrong with just playing with everything that works in your colors. There's nothing wrong with choosing just 2 colors to play, but in this case, you're pretty much going to be best served by whatever family you've chosen. Stick with those 3 colors. If there's enough worthwhile on the side to splash, consider a splash. All right, so this has been a slightly different pre-release opening than I normally do. Let me know your thoughts, my friends. I will have some more interesting Capenna stuff to show you tomorrow, and tonight we're going to be doing a live stream where we have Capenna Booster Plinko. So come on by if you're interested in that. See you later, my friends.